Thanks, Vicky. Welcome, everyone. I was going to say good morning. It's good afternoon. So I'm the operations manager of the Melbourne Central. I'm here to support you guys in any training, any questions. If you think there's something that the admin team could do on your behalf, please let us know. Just always ask the questions.
Yes, I'm Carly's off-sider today. So I'm Vicky, Area Director. I've been a member for about 7 years and Director for about 6 of them. And I've just taken on another role in BNI where I get to coordinate the visitors, which is fun, find them homes for our chapters. So that's great. And also doing a little bit of work on retention with our ambassador program and helping our first year members really know and love BNI and have them stay and be contributing members for a long time.
So that's how we're here to help. We've all got the 7 months. I'm highly recommending and that we use a 3-month and a 10-month check-in. This is up to you though as well. So 7 month is it's in your training. It's very official. 7 month is there's a this is Jane. I'll just add Jane's. Again, you add a checklist. It's got the 7-month questions, which has come from the training BNI. So that's where. So before we run membership committees, a lot of us have split it out from the chapter success meeting because we found it wasn't a lot of time. So for 1 hour, my membership committee meets the first of the Wednesday of the month. We'll go through Trello. I will do the planning and go to identify who's up to 3 months, 7 months, or 10 months. And we talk about what might be the opportunities of improvement. And we do a little prep working so that when people go and interview or review them, they've already got some language and some ideas of what to talk to them about. So that's what those tick boxes are for. And then like Wendy might go off and review Ryan for us. So she'll go through these questions. This is where some people put the answers in here, or copy and paste the answers down the bottom into the chat. Be very mindful that at some stage, so Wendy's gone and reviewed Ryan. Ryan at any time could also join the membership committee. So keep it factual. Whatever you write here, keep it to the facts, because at any time other members come on board to join and help with the membership committee. So it's a long list. You can hide completed items. So that's how we add. So Jane got moved to 3 months. That's when we use the due date again to figure out. So I just go, it's in March, so 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. So the beginning of the month, I will put that we'll be doing a 3-month check for Jane at 3 months, and we save it. Renewals all happen at the beginning of the month. So even though we started on the 15th, so in Momentum, we've changed all our cards, working on it. So Tab here, I've added his renewals the 1st of August because I'm not very good with my maths. So when I move Jane over to 7 months, and I actually move her down to the bottom because as they come up, I need to go right. 7-month review is actually 5 months before they're due. So with like in August, he was at the top, was he? Well, Marley's due the 1st of August. Her renewal's the 1st of July. So 5 months from that equals the February. So these is where we're using the due dates to help us quickly identify who's up for renewal. And that's why we put it in order too. So these guys up the top are Marley, Steph, and Graham are all due for renewals. Our 7-month reviews now. Was down the bottom is like Fab's not due. We're not going to do Fab until June 1. Once we've done the 7-month, we move it into 10. So the 3-month one is more about checking in with you. It's a new member. How are you going? How are you going with getting visitors? How's the chapter treating you? It can be one person. It's not official. 7 months is more official. You want 2 people there. You're trying to identify are people going to renew or not? Is there anything the chapter can do or change that would, because you ask the question, if you were to renew today, would you? And if they say no, it's like working out why is that? And then can the chapter do anything about to help resolve that? It might be trying to encourage them to do more training, to go. They might say, I'm not getting any referrals, but we all know sometimes if you're not getting them, it's all about maybe, are you giving them? Have you told people what you want? So it's an education conversation with them. And that's why in Momentum, we have the 10-month one to check in. It's just one person again. It's to say you're going to get your invoice on the 15th of the month and you need to pay by, so you're due on your renewals actually, so Jess here, your renewal is the 1st of May, but we need you to pay by the 1st of April. So it's having that conversation with people. Momentum, we don't really have people that don't pay overdue because we've managed it and prepared them for it. We're also going like at 10 months, Jess, are you ready to renew? How did we go with addressing any of the concerns you had? And you still have got a couple of weeks maybe to show that there is a difference there. So you just pick up these cards. So where did I put James Smith? Down the bottom. You just pick it up, and as Wendy said, if you put it in the wrong spot, you just move it back. You see, people sometimes write in the description. So when I see that, I just copy it and put it back in the down below in the where we can add comments. Is there? I just want to add. So there is a finance option. For people, that the details it's here, that's where the categories under general communications. Your checklist, I've gone to the far right, is here, which you can, this is where you make changes in it here, because when people are always adding a new checklist to the card, they're always getting the up-to-date one. Then also the other last thing, unfortunately, people do leave for a variety of reasons. So you just pick their card up, you drop it over here to dropped members, and you just tag Nicole in there saying, unfortunately, Jane's now leaving the company, she's resigned. And so Nicole now knows that she'll remove them from BNI Connect for you and keep our reports up to date. So I'm going to stop sharing. I think I'll just check my notes. Is there any other questions? So I'm that amazing, hey?
Everybody's brain is fried.
I know.
I've got another one. Sorry, I feel like I'm the only one talking. If we want to make changes to those, Carly, do we need to email you and you make the changes to the checklist, or is there a way we can do that ourselves?
No, it's all you, Rachel. No, you don't have to ask permission.
Okay.
You go over to the far right-hand side like this. So the application questions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so yeah, so good question. So add an item.
Okay.
So Rachel has questions. And I just press the return button, it's in there now, and then you click it up. I've got great spelling, and you put it to where you want them to be asking it, or where does it fit in the process.
Okay.
And then if you make a boo-boo, like Wendy said, there's always the 3 little dots, you just delete it.
Okay.
So you don't have questions anymore. No. So that's how you add to your checklist. The beauty is by changing it here, over here on this far hand right hand side, when I go to like Jane's card, hiding, that was a good idea. Oh no, don't move her up here. Jane, that's why I encourage you always to say, to do a checklist like this, to go get it and go copy it from. This is going to that column and finding the checklist.
Okay.
So from where you've changed it. Some people will, like, especially starting a new card, like the new apps, like originally they wanted you to copy, like you can actually copy a card, but you'll get everything that's on here. And even the old checklist. So I really encourage you, let's start a new card so that we can add checklists from scratch. So it's always the up-to-date one.
And who has access within the membership committee? Does everyone have the same level of access?
Yep, it's all the same. Good question. That was on my notes to share. If you want to know who's on your Trello board. It's up here. See the pictures like Braith, Adrian's still on it. So there's 15 members. So these are all the names, and if you hover over it, it tells you who. So Wendy has the same access as me. Nicole's the only one with special powers, I think, because she sort of owns the board. But to do our jobs as membership committee, we all got the same access.
So to have anybody removed, do we ask Nicole or can we do that?
Yeah, no, you need to ask Nicole. So any communications you want to have with Nicole, you have a cough, put it here with team roles. I'm going to add, oh, that's right. Over here is general communications. So just type in there and tag Nicole. So
adding and removing people, for instance.
Yeah, so you just tag Nicole and say, take Braith off the board, please. I don't think you should stick your beak anymore. So just Nicole, please remove Braith. And we'd save it. You're still on the call, Nicole. Save it, and she gets tagged. She gets sent that email. And then she'll smile at it or tell you when she's done it. Or you'll get an email. Oh, I don't think we get an email saying someone's removed. The person, when she adds a member, it gets emailed to them saying, oh, welcome to the Trello board. And they click on it and it takes them straight into these. They add in a password and it gets them access to the board. This is another way to track, make it your own of how you want to track attendance. I've just here written a card, and then I've just written what day they were absent and why they were absent. So it's just one card per person. But track that. It's up to you, like how you want to do that. You may have better ideas than what I've come up with or what I've learned from others.
How do we add a whole new card? Like if we just come up with this bright idea of we want to add this card into that wall, how do you do that?
Or a new column?
Column, yes, sorry.
That's a good question. You can do it. I think it's on the far right, and I think there's a plus sign. Add another list.
Right, okay.
I think it adds a whole other column. Yeah, they're called lists. I'm calling them columns. Yeah. I'll just add, well, I've got membership committee people here. You're when people are having challenges of keeping up with being a member, you can't pause your membership. You're either in it or you're out. So we're getting a lot of questions about that. So you're either getting dropped from the chapter. The chapter may decide, you may as membership committee may decide that we're not going to let anybody else in under your category. But when they do come back, it's like a whole new application. They'll use it every time someone gets dropped, they get a certificate of credit. It's just a document that says you've got 3 months left. You've got 2 years to spend it, and you can join without the registration fee. But if they want to stay in the chapter, keep their position as the business services person, they go on, and there's medical leave. You can choose to put someone on medical leave. So in the PALMS report, you mark them as medical, but their membership keeps going on. But there is no pausing or stopping.
And medical's a limited time.
So again, when Vicky?
Medical's a limited time, so it's up to maximum of 8 weeks, around maximum 6 to 8 weeks.
So that's when you talk to your director. But we're getting a few questions about that. So yeah. The why behind that is because you're building relationships with like that person. If they're your business services, your accountant, if they go for 3 or 4, like a couple of months, you're missing out. You've got the whole member's missing for 3 months. You're not building a relationship with them. You're not necessarily referring to them. And then you're not necessarily getting referrals from them. So they're not being an active member of your chapter. Everyone is losing from that situation. I know it's difficult. It's the human side of it, but that's what you need to consider.